Imagine sitting in a classroom or an office when suddenly a coworker or classmate dashes out the door, clutching their stomach. Within a week, half the team, several teachers, and your best friend are all trapped at home with violent vomiting and severe cramps. This isn't a movie. It's a massive reality right now as public health officials track sharp spikes in highly contagious stomach bugs across the country. But here is the terrifying part you need to know. That bottle of hand sanitizer you rely on, it is completely useless against this virus. Unlike other germs, this invader has an armor-like protein shell that alcohol cannot destroy. In this guide, we break down the science of this invisible invader, why it spreads so fast, and the exact steps you must take to protect your family. Let's dive in. What is causing all of the chaos across the country? Let us zoom in on norovirus, the chief suspect behind what people commonly call the stomach flu. Despite the nickname, this virus has absolutely nothing to do with the actual influenza, the respiratory flu that gives you a cough and a fever. Instead, it is a master invader of the human digestive system. Understanding how it works is our best shield against it. Meet the suspect. Norovirus, the ultra-contagious heavyweight. To defeat an enemy, you have to know how it operates. Norovirus is the undisputed champion of stomach bugs. It is responsible for roughly 20 million cases of vomiting and diarrhea in the US every year. It is famous for causing rapid outbreaks in crowded places like schools, cruise ships, nursing homes, daycare centers, and summer camps. Public health data shows that recent surges are being driven by ultra-contagious variants of norovirus. These are slightly tweaked versions of the virus that our immune systems do not recognize very well, allowing them to spread through populations like wildfire. It targets people of all ages, from infants to the elderly, and can cause severe, watery diarrhea and violent vomiting. It is also highly resilient, meaning it can sit on a plastic toy, a countertop, or a desk for days or even weeks, just waiting for another person to touch it. The ultimate germ weapon, why it spreads so fast. You might think you are good at dodging germs, but norovirus possesses a set of biological superpowers that make it incredibly difficult to stop. 1. The power of numbers, the viral load. When someone is sick with norovirus, a single drop of their saliva or stool can contain billions of viral particles. Now, here is the terrifying part. It takes fewer than 18 individual virus particles to make a healthy person sick. Think about that math. In one tiny drop of infected fluid, the particle count can be over 5 billion. This shows just how uneven this battle is. Because the required dose to get sick is so incredibly small, if a sick person doesn't wash their hands perfectly, every single object they touch becomes a biological landmine. 2. The invisible shield. Many common viruses, like the ones that cause COVID-19 or the common cold, are wrapped in a soft, fatty outer layer called a lipid envelope. Soap and alcohol-based hand sanitizers can easily shred this fatty layer, destroying those viruses instantly. Norovirus does not have a fatty envelope. It is a non-enveloped virus, meaning it is encased in a tough, armor-like shell made of protein. This protein shell is highly resistant to heat, freezing, and many common chemical cleaners. Therefore, hand sanitizer does not kill norovirus at all. The alcohol simply cannot break down its tough protein armor. If you rely entirely on gel sanitizer before eating lunch, you are leaving your front door wide open for this bug. The invisible network, how you catch it. Public health scientists use the term fecal-oral route to describe how this virus travels. While it sounds disgusting, and it is, understanding this pathway is the key to preventing an infection. 1. The source. The virus lives and multiplies inside an infected person's intestines. When they vomit or use the bathroom, millions of microscopic virus particles leave their body. 2. The transfer. If that person doesn't scrub their hands thoroughly with soap and water, those invisible particles transfer to everything they touch next. Door handles, cell phones, water fountains, countertops, or cafeteria trays. 3. The infection. When you touch that contaminated surface, the virus transfers to your fingers. The next time you eat a sandwich, bite your fingernails, or touch your lips, you swallow those particles. Remember, just 18 tiny norovirus particles are enough to bring you down. Within 12 to 48 hours, the virus reaches your stomach, takes over your cells, and the nightmare begins. Sometimes, the virus hitches a ride on our food supply, For instance, public health officials frequently track norovirus outbreaks to contaminated water or raw foods, like oysters. If food handlers are sick and touch your food, or if water contains human sewage, the virus spreads directly to consumers. Inside your body, the biological storm. What actually happens inside your body when norovirus takes over? Once swallowed, the virus slides past your stomach juices and targets the cells lining your small intestine. It hijacks these cells, turning them into miniature virus factories. As the virus replicates, it destroys the healthy intestinal cells. Your small intestine's main job is to absorb water and nutrients from the food you eat. When the virus damages these cells, your intestine can no longer absorb liquid properly. This leads to sudden, heavy cramping and watery diarrhea. At the same time, your immune system realizes it is under attack. It releases chemical signals that trigger your brain's vomiting center. Your brain sends an emergency message to your stomach muscles to violently contract, forcing everything out to clear the infection. The good news? Your immune system is fast and powerful. For most healthy individuals, the body wins the war within 1 to 3 days if you are taken good care of, and you suddenly feel completely normal again. The true danger: dehydration. While a stomach bug feels miserable, the real danger isn't the vomiting itself, it is dehydration, losing more water and fluids than your body needs to function. Because your body is rapidly losing fluids from both ends, your blood volume drops, and your organs have to work twice as hard. Dehydration can quickly become a medical emergency, especially for young children, babies, and the elderly. Signs of dehydration to watch for: 1. Extreme thirst and a completely dry mouth or tongue. 2. Feeling dizzy, lightheaded, or unusually confused. 3. Not needing to urinate, pee, for more than 6 to 8 hours, or urine that looks dark yellow like apple juice. And 4. A fast heart rate and heavy, rapid breathing. The right way to rehydrate. If you catch this vomiting bug, chugging a giant glass of plain water or sugary soda can actually upset your raw stomach lining and cause you to vomit again. Instead, doctors recommend taking tiny, frequent sips of an oral rehydration solution, ORS, like Pedialyte, or sports drinks diluted with water. These drinks contain a precise mix of water, salts, and sugars that your damaged intestines can actually absorb. The Public Health Defense Plan: How to protect yourself. Stopping an outbreak requires teamwork. Since this virus is so tough, we have to change our daily habits to break the chain of infection. 1. Scrub like a surgeon. Since hand sanitizer is useless against norovirus, you must use soap and running water. The goal isn't just to kill the virus with chemicals, but to physically create friction, rub the virus particles off your skin, and rinse them down the drain. Scrub your hands thoroughly, including under your fingernails and between your fingers, for at least 20 seconds, the time it takes to sing Happy Birthday twice. 2. Bleach the germs away. Standard household surface cleaners and antibacterial wipes often fail to kill norovirus. If someone in your house has been sick, public health officials recommend using a chlorine bleach solution, about 5 to 25 tablespoons of household bleach per gallon of water, to wipe down high-touch surfaces like toilet handles, faucets, doorknobs, keyboards, and remote controls. 3. The 48-hour isolation rule. If you get sick, stay home. Do not try to tough it out and go to school, work, or sports practice. Even after you stop vomiting and feel completely fine, your body continues to shed millions of virus particles in your stool for days. Public health guidelines state that you should stay home for at least 48 hours after your very last symptom disappears. Conclusion: knowledge is the ultimate cleanser. Outbreaks of norovirus are a powerful reminder of how connected we all are. A single unwashed hand in a school cafeteria or a restaurant kitchen can disrupt hundreds of lives in less than 48 hours. By understanding the biology of this invisible invader, knowing that it wears a shield against hand sanitizer, requires extreme hand washing, and demands that we stay home when sick, you become a vital part of your community's defense system. The next time a vomiting bug goes around, skip the sanitizer gel, head straight for the soap and water, and wash those microscopic invaders down the drain. Thank you for watching this video. If you feel it helpful, please subscribe to this channel and share it with someone you care about.